Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Sophia, and today we'll be talking about Pushya Nakshatra, also known as the Guru's Quest. Located at 3 degrees 20 minutes and 16 degrees 40 minutes of Cancer. We can always say that some natives have all the luck. Some start with safe and comfortable childhoods, and when they progress into professional life, their strong early foundation translates into material success. Ruled by Saturn, the deity of this nakshatra is Jupiter, and the purpose of this nakshatra is dharma. These people can be sunny bright yet gentle in their aura and often struggle with weight issues throughout life. Entirely located within the Cancerian zodiac, natives of this nakshatra are born to be caregivers. Nursing, hospitality, aged care, motherhood, stay-at-home parenting, and anyone in the service of others have mastered this energy. But have you heard of the saying, you cannot pour from an empty cup? Pushyans have their cups pretty full, so they are ready to deliver at any moment. In psychology terms, this person would be described as a secure attachment style. We would love to meet a person like this. But there are always challenges that are associated with every constellation, no matter how lucky you get. Having Jupiter as their deity means that the natives feel an intense need to overgive. Having Saturn rule the nakshatra only intensifies this pressure, making them people pleasers, especially if their kindness is not reciprocated. But their benefic natures do not allow for confrontation, and so emerges the classic passive aggression in having their needs met. This is a great cause for their suffering, and also their need to give is directly proportional to their need to get support. The blooming flower within a circle and an arrow is the key symbol of this nakshatra. Flowers are simply things on the outside, and yet they need perfect conditions like rain, soil, weather, nutrition to thrive. A securely attached person is only so because of the influences they've had in their lives. Misguiding a native of this nakshatra will lead them to dangerous places within their own minds, so influences are extremely important for them to reach their full potential. In general, the ruler of Cancer is the moon, and the moon is our mind, but it is also representative of the mother. A mother nourishes, gives blessings, and brings prosperity to a child. She protects life, but a mother can also smother you. The Saturn and Moon combination form a tricky energy that these natives may encounter at some point. This combination in Vedic astrology is an indicator of immense mental pressure, anxiety, and also depression. On one hand, there is prosperity. On the other, there is an inner battle of not doing enough. The natives struggle within themselves over even the tiniest failures on their path to paying off their debts. This is where Jupiter comes to their rescue. If they allow themselves to be guided, they can become great teachers, educators, counselors, and public servants. Another symbol of this nakshatra is the cow's udder, and as a natural ruler of the fourth house, in any natal chart, family, home, and comfort become very important to these natives. Checking the placement of Moon and Jupiter in the chart will indicate what kind of challenges they are going to face in these arenas. The mother becomes the ultimate guiding light for these natives. The mother is benevolent, but she can also be protective, an inherent defensiveness, a respect for all life forms, a need to fight injustice and follow the path of righteousness is their emotional response to external events. Although not visibly expected from them, the pincers are often ready for attack. And the reason I said pincers is because one of the symbols of Cancer is the crab. Let's now understand the dietary and lifestyle characteristics of Pushya. Unfiltered cow's milk is considered the most healing of all ingredients in the Vedas. Vegetarianism and adopting a sattvic diet are seen with these natives at some point in their lives. Some of the best chefs are also commonly found with this nakshatra prominent in their charts. But nourishment must first begin in their minds. On the flip side, these natives can have struggles with their diets. Emotional eating problems can be seen if they're struggling with stress. So, working from home and having a healthy family life is a great source of comfort for these natives. This balances their need to seek comfort through food. However, any malefic affliction to this sign causes all this security to flip right on its head. This is where the securely attached individual dissolves and the anxiously attached person rears its ugly head. Let's understand a little bit about the relationship dynamics and emotional needs. In our Vedic history, Jupiter's wife had an affair, as her husband's attention was otherwise occupied. The guru was in fact busy with his first duty, which was to deliver knowledge to the world. So for these natives, the need for connection with others is so strong that if there's any lacking whatsoever, they can have immediate anxiety, trust issues, and upsets. But because Saturn is the creator of restrictions, they are unable to express this openly. Because also diplomacy is demanded of these natives. So there is no sign better at sulking than Cancerians in the entire zodiac. And so a victim mentality emerges. Underhanded, manipulative tactics to get what they want are seen. The best remedy is seen in the opposite sign of Capricorn, and they would do really well to adopt these characteristics. Because Pushyans are so attached to connection, what they really require is someone who can show them independence and self-motivation. A partner who can balance their anxiety with secure attachment will resolve their fears eventually. But often, what is normally seen is that the claws of the crab grab on and never let go. Attachment to your home, to your country, and family are extremely important to these individuals. But the importance of anything is magnified only by their ability to give. How they serve others is directly proportional to their happiness. This is in fact Saturn's very clever solution to paying off past life debts. Making things personal always works like a gun to the head. But this causes a not so unique problem of unending expectations. The combined effect of Jupiter and Saturn makes these individuals very shrewd indeed. This type of a guru is hard to uncover at first glance, but the crab has many skills. They can be tantra, black magic, and underhandedness to get their needs met. The work of the guru is to create a path between you and the divine. And so they will do whatever it takes to get there. So they make friends with powerful people along the way. It is said that the sages can remove karma that has been assigned by the gods, because knowledge is the key that unlocks that dreaded black door. So the crabs take no favors and bestow none either. And why? Because favors bind you to another person, and gurus are bound by absolutely no one. Let's understand the secrets of O Canceri, which is the fixed star associated with Pushya. This star cluster is considered the most auspicious of all of the 27 nakshatras. That is saying something. Natives are soft, nourishing, motherly, domesticated, benevolent, and knowledgeable individuals. They are marked by how fortunate they become in life. Their luck is generated by how quickly they pay off their debts. So listening to Saturn would be a good thing to do here. The difficulty arises when they are confused about whether to act first and learn later, or the other way around. Learning is a near constant cloud cover over their heads, and they must accept it as a part of life. When this nakshatra malfunctions, Pushyans can procrastinate, and laziness then becomes their defining characteristic. Being around good influences is key to mastering this energy. Then advice can be balanced with action. The moon's energy helps with the nourishment and distribution of overall energy in this constellation. Jupiter provides the life force, abundance, and prosperity. Saturn gives them stability, patience, and resilience. Their auras are non-threatening, and so they attract many friends. They come across as people who can provide comfort and protection for others. They love it when everyone in their orbit is happy. But overgiving, even for the greater good, can be a bad thing. In an emergency, you cannot help those on a plane who have failed to mask up first. Pushyans tend to ignore their own needs often. This puts them in a prime position to be taken for granted. However, if they can find a balance to their extremes, this individual can be great at humanitarian work. The placement of Saturn in the chart will indicate which path they will ultimately take in life. Social service workers are often seen with a prominent Pushya placement. They have high moral and legal standards. Often, this can be seen when they move on from their comfortable domesticated lives into the world of business or professional work. Work transforms them in ways that's truly remarkable. They can easily make it their home, and that's where they thrive. Because people want to connect with those people who can bring assurance, calmness, and usable advice in moments of restless competition. But the business of business can be ruthless. The professional environment is also where they are forced to learn discernment. This is where they learn to choose their close relationships carefully and ultimately become the masters of dealing with people in all aspects of life. So I hope you enjoyed this podcast on Pushya. I will see you in the very next one. Bye for now.